How's it going, UWOL family? This is Steve and G.I. Joe. Special video recording. We would like to talk about our different partners. We've got 13 amazing partners now. Of course, the importance of having a partnership is to help our veterans, right? To rebuild their lives with the different services. And once again, we have 7 categories now. We have legal support, mental, physical health. We have religious, spiritual healing. We have education, employment, and recreation, of course. So with these different services and these amazing partners that strive to make the lives of veterans better and their families' lives better, just touches our hearts, because that's our whole goal. That's our whole focus is to give back. And so to start off, Skydive San Diego. So this one really touches our heart. I mean, literally December of 2019, Joe and I completed our second skydive together, and we're driving back. Joe's out of his rut. It was like the old Joe when he was, rappelling with, what were those Colombian SF guys?
Copez in Colombia.
Lanceros.
No, the Copez.
Okay. So, anyways,
either way, the Colombian police.
Yeah, so he's doing all that cool guy stuff. But like I said, we do the second skydive, and it was like the old Joe, and I was just we were just kind of conversing, like how can we recreate this passion, this new revival in other veterans. And it was just an amazing situation, and that's how we created United Wings of Liberty. So special place in our heart for Skydive San Diego. Of course, they're right on the Mexican border.
In Jamul, California.
Right.
When you're up in the aircraft, you can see the TJ airport. It's crazy.
Absolutely.
Don't drift. You'll be in Mexico. You better bring your passport.
Right. One wrong slip and you're in Mexico. So anyways, we originally had a GM there named Greg Loon, that special guy, and then of course we met a jump master named Victor who had a special harness and was jumping Joe, nicknamed Bobo. Great guy, love him to death. And once again, we jumped October 2019, December 2019, and they rolled the red carpet out for Joe. Special place in our heart for those guys. I believe the new GM is Catherine. And she's a very nice professional woman, and I can't wait for us to link up with them and do some more veteran support, events. Joe, did you want to add anything on San Diego Skydive?
It was a great place. Like you said, it was it's got a special place in my heart, but it's unfortunate that things just didn't work out, and it's too far to go to, and they're changing their structure, their business, so it's unfortunate that we're kind of going a different direction now. And jumped yesterday at Elsinore, Skydive Elsinore,
and we'll talk about them in a little bit here. But our next partner that I'd like to get into, Wave Neuroscience, aka the Brain Treatment Center out of Newport Beach, California. Joe, do you want to?
Oh yeah, that is the greatest company in my heart. I love them because of what they did for me. I mean, I wouldn't be walking today and talking if it wasn't for their treatment, all provided pro bono for me because of my military service. And other veterans now they've taken care of one of our first clients, Austin Richardson, and completely pro bono treatment, the brain treatment that they do, a magnetic. You can check their site out at Wave Neuro.
And the staff, Doc Juan, as they call him, Dr. Eric Juan, Chief Medical Officer. I haven't personally met him. Joe knows him like a brother. He's very supportive. I know Doc Juan has supported a lot of our fundraising events. And then there is James Wyatt. John, what was the guy that James took over for? John. Okay, well,
I don't remember.
Yeah, he went on hiatus, I think, but he was a great guy too. Like I said, just top-notch, great guys. Josh Whitesides, of course, who was skydiving with us yesterday. But just the staff is just top-notch. Great folks, and just super proud. Like I said, they always go above and beyond for United Wings of Liberty and for the veterans. Just top notch. So anything else?
No, big shout out for them, but they're
Absolutely.
we've said enough on that, and because I could go into like an hour video on them and
state of the art medical training or medical treatment and equipment. And so great stuff there. And we did add them to our latest newsletter for February. So if you guys are on that, if not, subscribe, and we'll get you a newsletter stat. But great story on them. All right, our third partner is Operation Employee. It's a subsidiary of a group called Veteran Development Group Incorporated. That's owned by Shane Whitecloud. He's based out of Reno, Nevada. And great little story. So I was at Men's Warehouse picking a suit for an interview, and I came across their cards, asked the representative there, and was just talking about how Operation Employee / Veterans Development Group Incorporated, they go above and beyond trying to equip veterans that are looking for a job and education. I mean, just a great organization. Shane Whitecloud, he's a Navy vet himself, and he works for the VA. I think he's their public affairs officer, and just a great guy. He actually helped Joe and I with a lot of our business path or direction when we were getting set up. I mean, it's just a can of worms. We're just a couple of paratroopers ourselves. We're not super business class type folks. But anyways, kudos to Shane Whitecloud and what he and his organization are doing in Reno, Nevada, and Sparks, that whole little suburb out there. Next is Whiteheart. Joe, do you want to go into Whiteheart?
Yeah, Whiteheart. So they are a small 501c3 veteran non-profit that I came across through the Jared Allen Foundation, who is currently building my home here in California. And Whiteheart, they are, like I said, it's a nonprofit for veterans, and they took me on linked me up with a bunch of other veterans locally, and we went on a excursion in Utah, I think it was, or Wyoming, one of those places, but it was pretty badass. And they do like stuff like that, outdoor stuff with the veterans, and then they come in, and I guess I'm not 100% on all this stuff, but they fill in for like where the Jared Allen doesn't, like, they can't do certain things with building my home. They'll jump in and supplement with projects, like in our case, getting a pool built for my therapy, and of course for the kids and the families of the veteran, which is important.
Awesome. And you got to meet Rob
Lowe, yeah, through them. They were having a big fundraiser in Beverly Hills or somewhere in the damn Hollywood area. And either way, it was cool.
Awesome organization led by Ryan Saltelli. Awesome guys. We actually I've never met him personally, but I've got to speak with him on the phone through Joe. Joe spoke very highly of him. Great guy, great organization. He was also another key factor that helped United Wings of Liberty get set up, just guiding us to success in the beginning. So we look forward to linking up with those guys at Whiteheart for hopefully some future fundraising events and whatnot. So Joe, next is Catch a Lift.
Okay, so yeah, CAL, also known as CAL, the acronym for Catch a Lift. They are a wounded veteran nonprofit that supplies workout equipment and gym memberships for the veterans. Through they found that fitness is a key ingredient in rehab, and of course, so I got in contact with them through another individual that I was serving with, who was an injured veteran amputee, and he's like, hey, because the VA, they can only go so far, and I maxed out my rehab with them. So then these guys jump in and they get me workout equipment and provide me with all this like sports equipment for the home gym and stuff like that. And they send gear and clothing. I wish I has some to pull out, but pretty neat stuff. Like,
what about a possible gym membership? Is that
yeah, they can
in
do
the
that
bag?
for
Sweet. So you know, the key thing, without getting out in the weeds here, but you know, the way you live your life, if it's a healthy diet, healthy fitness structure, even if you've been wounded in combat, you know, just trying to find that regimen, that purpose, it'll change your life. And I love what Catch a Lift is doing for veterans. And like I said, some things that we want to get Austin Richardson into,
yeah,
you know, for sure.
definitely, because it's the whole, or they call it a holistic approach, where, I mean, I'm speaking from personal experience, where it's like, even the brain treatment, or Wave Neuro taught me, you know, hey, sleep is, you got to prioritize that. And then you got Catch a Lift, who prioritizes they can work with you on designing a nutritional outline for you and all that stuff. And they have trainers that come and work with you. And you got to look at all of those things with rehabbing the body, the brain, the mind, the soul.
Awesome. No, good stuff. Look forward to, of course, working with those guys. Resiliency Outreach Incorporated. That's run by Patrick Russell and Brian Terry, two great guys that we've met within, you know, the last couple of months here. A great organization based out of the Tennessee, Kentucky area, close to Fort Campbell, Kentucky, and out of Clarksville, Tennessee. And what their organization does for veterans, obviously it's a 501c3 themselves, but they you know, gather veterans and they take them out for, you know, bow fishing. Never even heard of that, but bow fishing, bow hunting, just regular hunting. I mean, you name it. They're taking these guys out, and you know, basically giving these veterans an opportunity to release, to reset. It's just a you know, group of folks, you know, joining together, family oriented, going out and having a good time, very safe, you know, event, and you know, very grateful. They're actually doing a fundraiser right now, a raffle to win a shotgun and a pretty cool optic on it. But like I said, just go to our website, click on Resiliency Outreach, and you know, just follow the directions and it'll link you up. If not, just send Joe or I an email and we'll get you linked up with their raffle. Pretty great group of guys. So thank you guys. The Elk Institute. Joe?
Okay, so Dr. Elk that's Dr. Elk, Carrie Elk. She is the founder of the Elk Institute, which is a nonprofit as well, 501c3, that does psychological therapy for the veterans. I met her on an outdoor excursion with SOL, the Special Operations Wounded Warriors, on a hog hunt. And so she's got a 501c3, like I said, the Elk, it's under Elk Institute. And basically she does pro bono work. She's a PhD psychologist and does pro bono work for veterans to give them psychological. She has a whole process of how to work through PTSD. It's really unique that I can't even begin to try to explain, and I won't.
And you know, the good thing that I gathered from the Elk Institute, Joe, was that you know, this is, you know, treatment that a lot of veterans could possibly get from the VA, but you know, the VA gets backed up. I know there's a lot of horror stories from the VA, you know, mistreating veterans. So this is an alternative, a really great alternative, and she goes above and beyond. Did she have family members that served?
Her father, I believe it was.
Okay.
If I'm not mistaken, father or grandfather, one of those. She had a story about that, and it's been a long time. I think it was 2017 when I met her and got treatment, and
so she's got that personal connection, that personal passion to support and care to support for veterans. So thank you, Miss Elk, or Dr. Elk,
for the Elk Institute.
Yeah, absolutely. Thank you so much for what you do for veterans. Thank you. The next partner is Apricot Tree Woodworks. That's a friend of ours, also a veteran, of course, who served in the Army. We did a lot of training with him, and you know, got to know him very well. Me and him were actually neighbors, and you know, just throughout what was, I think, 2010 to 2011. Personal connection with him, Mike Schill. He's based out of DuPont, Washington, not too far from Fort Lewis, out in Tacoma, Seattle. So what he's been able to do is create these very premium cutting boards, and I know he just started making fire starters. Just a great organization. He's gone above and beyond to make these cutting boards. You guys can check him out. Once again, go to our site, click on the Apricot Tree Woodworks link, and it links to, he doesn't have a website, but he's got the Instagram account, and you could see all their work. Send him an email if you guys are interested. I'm sure he'll get you guys a good deal on a cutting board. But he also provided an American flag, went above and beyond, stellar cutting board, American flag cutting board. And he donated that to us for a raffle, and just a super huge thank you to you, Mike, for doing that. So number 9 is Katsu.
Katsu Global.
Yeah.
So Katsu Global, like Wave Neuro, is not a non-profit, a for-profit company that I came in contact with that has provided all their therapeutic equipment. I won't get into that details on it. It's BFT, or blood flow training stuff that's very cutting edge, state of the art, like the Wave Neuro and what they do, based out of Japan. And the owner, Stephen Monutona, is a really good friend of mine, and they've supplied me with all my equipment completely free of charge. And I can't say enough about them and just how much that means to me. That's like exactly what we're looking for with partners and folks like that, that'll just provide this stuff for the veteran, all just because of our service, and they just want to give back. So I mean, that's,
and some of the veterans that we're coming across that need help rebuilding their lives are very similar to Joe's situation, in a wheelchair. And Wave Neuroscience, Katsu Global, and these organizations are using state-of-the-art, not just assets or resources, but also treatment, and helping guys like Joe learn to walk again, for crying out loud, which is amazing. So
right, that's right. Yeah. Special shout out to David Towell, who is their Katsu master trainer, and he comes and works with me and does personal training, and we work on things together, and that's all just free of charge, and that good friendship and bond with them. And I can't say enough about them. I love that company and what they've done for me, and I hope to continue with our partnership with them and grow.
Awesome. Trinity Advocates, that is our newest legal support category, created thanks to Carson and Sean, two guys doing all of this, legal battles for veterans trying to regain or maintain their disability. And I mean, like I said, just two guys fighting for veterans. Obviously you can go to our website, click on their link, Trinity Advocates. But I mean, just two stellar veterans themselves that, Carson owns his own personal law firm. He does Trinity Advocates on the side as a volunteer. And like I said, just aiming to fight for veterans that currently have the disability and are possibly on the lines of losing that disability to a divorce or other domestic situations. And what they do is, of course, take their cases to the court. And if they got to go to Supreme Court, I mean, they are super motivated to do this. And we're just super honored to have a partner like, Trinity Advocates, because, legal support is a huge luxury. And if we have a veteran that's in need, we now have that muscle within to flex with that organization. And that's incredible. And ironically, they found us. And I say that ironically because usually we're going above and beyond trying to get partnerships, whereas these guys, with such a huge asset within their background, it found us. And we're just both blessed, super blessed and grateful. So thank you guys, Carson and Sean, for what you guys do. Next is ANC Transportation Services. with Craig Curtis, right?
Yeah. So yeah, that's a veteran-owned transportation. I should clarify, a special mobility transportation company that transports folks, veterans like myself, that are in wheelchairs, and whether it be a gurney or a wheelchair, they do medical transportation and things like that. And Craig Curtis himself is a veteran. I think he's a 100%er. I met him through, his company actually has the VA contract, so being I am a qualified veteran for they call it special mobility transportation, which is like a subset within the VA structure, and they basically pick me up and take me to and from my VA hospital appointments, and they have contractors like ANC Transportation Services. That's how I met Craig Curtis and his drivers and folks.
Based out of Riverside?
Yeah, or out of San Bernardino County, somewhere.
SoCal.
Yeah.
And that's their footprint, right? It's just the SoCal. So if you guys out there have a veteran in need in the SoCal area, we can work with our partner there, Craig Curtis, and his organization, and see what we can do to get you guys some transportation. Once again, if he is linked through the VA, but if by some means that capability is not there with the VA and you don't have that approval, then like I said, we could try to get with Craig Curtis and set something up to get our vets transportation. So thanks, Craig Curtis, and your team for what you guys do. Field of Dreams Incorporated, we just added them to our partnership. They're actually not even on our website yet. I'm going to try to Yeti here. So we're going to try to get them added as soon as possible. But great organization. So very similar to Resiliency Outreach with the outdoor hunting, fishing, excursions, camping type, background. But whereas the, Resiliency Outreach is based out of, on the East Coast, these guys are based out of Colusa, California, north of Sacramento, NorCal style, and owned by Tom. He's been doing this for 17 years, and he is also helping Joe and I guide through and find other partners and connections, all in the support of veterans. And it's amazing. And Tom was telling me that he's not even a veteran himself, but just one of these passionate patriots. That's what United Wings, if we ever say patriot, that's what we're talking about. Is you don't have to be a veteran. It's just these passionate, loving American patriots,
like Stephen Monutonis from Katsu Global.
Absolutely. Or Ryan Sautelli.
Yeah.
These guys that they just love veterans. They want to give back, and just super grateful to have come across Tom. He actually knew Bobby Dove. Bobby Dove is a wounded vet that owns Hooligans
Fishing Charters in Destin, Florida, who's actually a big inspiration for me personally, because he's from my unit, actually my same company, and he's a double amputee. And little backstory, when I was initially injured, he was because he went back on deployment after losing a limb, and I thought, I can do that, and that was my goal initially. It's going to be in the book. I wrote about that part, and where I was like, I can go back and serve, but this is the new service right here, United Wings of Liberty.
Absolutely. And so Bobby Dove follows Field of Dreams Incorporated on Instagram, and that's how we came across them. And just, Tom, once again, thank you so much for what Field of Dreams is doing for not only veterans, but for United Wings of Liberty, and getting us on the right track, as you guys have 17 years in the nonprofit business, and we're headed towards 2 years in December. So wish us luck. Last but not least is Skydive Elsinore. We went skydiving yesterday.
Videos to come.
Right. What was really cool was if you recall earlier in this video, we were mentioning Victor/Bobo. He now works at Elsinore Skydive, and I got to jump with him yesterday. And Joe got to meet Ram.
Ram.
And jump with him. Ram was great people too. But we got to meet not just wave neuroscience technician Josh Whitesides, not to be confused with their owner Josh. He was stellar, great, rolled out the red carpet for us as well. Super cool day, super cool staff. And guys, this is a way big site. They were running 2 aircrafts on turns, and no hiccups. You know,
Popping jumpers out like crazy.
Yeah, super safe, super fun. It never dies. It was great. The only thing that, and this is not, of course, Skydive Elsinore's fault, but when we jumped out, it was cold as shit. But anyways, man, I don't even know how cold it was up there. I don't know, like 0 degrees. But you know, you get to the ground on the drop zone, and the sun's out, guns out, and it was a lot of fun. So once again, owner Josh and team Victor, Brom, Kelsey helped us out. The girls at the front desk, Joyce and her staff, everybody was amazing. They even had a cart that went out and picked up Joe off the drop zone. Super stellar team, great organization. If you want to go skydiving, if you got the cojones, Skydive Elsinore is the place to go.
Ingredient.
Right, and if you're even more south near the Mexican border, hit up Skydive San Diego. Great team there as well. But
a little warmer there, I think.
Yeah, a lot warmer. But Skydive Elsinore, we're going to be adding them along with Field of Dreams Incorporated to our website. But feel free to Google them and have fun. Joe?
Definitely. They are. There's nothing like it.
Absolutely. So, of course, guys, folks, family, go to our website. It's under the partnership tab. Hit up any one of those organizations, and they will go above and beyond for you. We love each and every one of these organizations. Proud to be partners with them. If you guys have any questions, you can reach out to Joe or myself at any time, and we'd love to personally connect you guys if that's what you're looking for. If not, just hit up their site and throw your name on one of their applications, and I promise they'll take good care of you. So, Joe, did you have anything else?
No. It sounds like everything you hit everything, but
absolutely.
Check us out at uwol.org, and then on Facebook and Instagram, same thing.
Absolutely. 2 last things I'll mention. One is, if you know of a company that wants to partner with us, hit us up.
Or a veteran in need.
Or that's the second thing, veteran in need. J Lowry at uwol.org, S West at uwol.org. Hit us up. We would love to hear your stories, whether you're a veteran in need or a company that wants to help veterans in need. We look forward to hearing from you guys. So thank you so much. We love y'all.
Alrighty.
G.I. Joe out.
G.I. Joe out. You got it.